Welcome to Ask and Learn.
Hello student, in the given question in a bit to determine if the probability is more than or greater than 0.975 that the sample standard deviation exceeds 4 hours. So here we can use the chi-square distribution. So the degrees of freedom for a sample standard deviation is n minus 1, which is equals to 41 minus 1 equals to 40. So from the chi-square table we see that the value for 0.975 with 40 degrees of freedom is 63.657. So using this fact that the standard deviation has a chi-square distribution, so we have a sample standard deviation square follows sigma square divided by n multiply by chi-square of 40, because we have 40 degrees of freedom. So now plugging in the value, so we get sample standard deviation square follows sigma square upon n, where our sigma value is here 5 square divided by n is 41 multiply by chi-square of 40. So we get the value here as phi square is sample standard deviation bracket square follows 0.6097 multiply by chi-square of 40. So the probability that sample standard deviation square exceeds 16, which is 4 square, is the same as the probability that 0.6097 multiply by chi-square of 40. So here we use the multiplication sign as cross. Here also chi-square of 40 exceeds 16. So here 0.6097 multiply by chi-square of 40 is less than 16. So the probability is less than 0.975. So the correct answer for this question is option A, yes. Sorry, no. The answer for this question is no. Then in B bit we have, using the chi-square distribution, the degrees of freedom here also equals to 14. So the value for chi-square distribution, chi-square table for the probability is equals to 0.99, which is 59.546. So the sample standard deviation square follows 6097 multiplied by chi-square of 40. So the probability of sample standard deviation square is less than 42.25, which is the square of 6.5. So therefore 0.36 multiplied by chi-square of 40 is less than 42.25. So the probability is more than 0.99. Therefore the correct answer for this question is yes. For B bit the answer is yes. Hope you find this video useful. Thank you.